Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's virtual talk on the repercussions of COVID-19 on international economies. My name is Sabrina Rahman, the organizer for this event on behalf of Sunway International Business Society. So today I would like to introduce you to today's speaker, Professor Dr. Aimi Zulhazmi Rashid, who has a very outstanding reputation for public speaking in the industry, and he has over 27 years of experience in various industries like e-commerce, marketing, economics, finance. And he is very well known and adept for providing economic analysis in mass media. So today, without further ado, I would like to give the time to the speaker right now. And thank you everyone for still joining. So the floor is yours right now.
Uh, Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Sabrina, for the warm introduction. Okay, as you can see, I'm working from home. All right. Okay. Today's topic, as given to me, will be about COVID-19. Particularly to the international economies. All right. So this is first time actually at Sunway University, and I'm really appreciate the warm welcome. All right, and of course, I hope they will not be the last. All right, and especially I would like to share my area of expertise, especially in economics. I do a bit of myself. I teach finance and Islamic finance at the Universiti Kuala Lumpur. I'm from the business school. Okay, for the last I think 6 years. Prior to that, I was in the industry. I worked for a number of banks like Standard Chartered Bank and Bank Islam. Besides, I also work with oil and gas companies. Yeah, in Malaysia, like Mobil Oil and British Petroleum. So that was a bit of myself. All right. So I think due to the interest of time, since I only have about less than 50 minutes, I think. Yes, Sabrina, 50 minutes, right? So I would like to share with
Yes.
you, yeah, yeah, my the presentation. My presentation, okay, this one will be on the sorry, I use Xmind instead of the typical uh, typical PowerPoint, but I think this is the best way to show all of you, okay, uh, to show all of you the topic of area. So this is the topic that I'll be talking for the next 40 to 50 minutes. All right. So this is basically I just zero in on the business economics and challenges during this COVID-19 pandemic crisis. All right. What I will do is I will zoom in, okay, and then hopefully you can watch it on the screen. All right. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. The as you all know, all right, this is the first time ever we have such a crisis, health crisis, as well as the economic crisis two in one. So this event, in financial terms, we call this as a black swan event. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a black swan event. All right. So what do you mean by a black swan event? All right. Number one, the criteria is something that never happened in the history of mankind. All right. We might have read that in 1996, we had the 1986, sorry, we had the commodity price crash in Malaysia. Yeah. And then in 1997, we had a financial crisis. We have the currency problems in 97. Year 2000, we have the subprime. Yeah. The overlending, especially in the United States, which led to the financial institutions, the FIs, the banks and insurance became bankrupt. Yeah, and banks like some companies, like Arthur Anderson, yeah, accounting firm, they went bust. Okay, then we had in 2008 some financial crisis. Right, if you still remember 2008. But this 2020 is about economy, is about health, is comparable to the Great Depression in the 1930s. That's what a lot of people say. And of course, we have seen it. What is the impact to the global economy in total? All right. As you can see, this health determines wealth. All right. Health determines wealth. It put here that the world GDP is projected to contract by -3% this year. Some you may even say this is going to be like -3.5. Okay. And of course, the two largest economies in the world, US and China, especially US, they already hit hard. Yeah. But China is recovering. Yeah. Those time they're already reporting negative numbers. Okay. So do Malaysia. And today, Bank Negara revealed that for our third quarter, the GDP growth was -2.7, which is still better than expected, around -3.5. But in the second quarter of this year, everybody knows we had a -17%, yeah, negative growth of our GDP. All right, and you can also see the pandemic COVID-19 has also have a big impact on the supply chain. Yeah, when it was started in April, yeah, in March when China start closing their shops, closing their factories, we had a lot of stories whereby a lot of manufacturers supplying their product or semi-finished products to China. You know, they had problems, right? Especially the the electronics, yeah, the electronics sector having that problem as well. So since Malaysia is part of the what we call it the global supply chain, yeah, especially in the electronic industry, and you all know that we are the world biggest producers of semiconductor. Yeah, so semiconductor is a main products for the electronic industry. You know, you need semiconductor for you manufacture phones, TVs, yeah, uh, um, laptops, yeah, iPad, you know, whatever. Those basic needs, those items really need something here in semiconductors. All right. So there were a big disruption of supply chain. All right. There was definitely the impact is on the oil price. Yeah, the oil price now the price of the crude oil is hovering around $40. All right, it was, if you remember, in 2018 it was as high as 120 to $130 per barrel. Okay, in 2019, when the government then did the budget for 2020, the price of oil was um, forecasted to be around about 60 to $65. But when the COVID-19 came in, especially the global scale, in the first quarter and the second quarter this year, we can see that the oil price plummets to as low as below $40 per barrel. Okay, so even now it's not fully recovered, especially in US and Europe, and we know now that Europe is having their shutdown, yeah, lockdown, yeah. The economy is I think is reeling as well. All right. Then the stock market. All right, the stock market. Everybody know about stock market, of course. During the COVID-19, if you trade, yeah, people take the money and try invest in the market, right? You can see the stock market, but it's quite volatile actually. You can go check around, okay, from Europe to New York to Japan, yeah, to Hong Kong. The stock market has quite a swing. Yeah, it can go easily. Today is positive, tomorrow it will be negative, something like that, negative. And currencies as well. We have a problem with our currencies as well, and it have a big impact on the economy. And if you remember, early this year, ringgit to US dollar was around 4 ringgit and 20 to 25 cents. Yeah. So now it has come down to today, I think about $4, 4 ringgit, 13 cent, 1 3. So some even 4 ringgit and 10 cents. Early of the year, it was only 4 ringgit and 8 cents, yeah, 4 ringgit and 10 cents, but it went up. So it has impact a lot of things, yeah, especially the currency market. All right. So countries that don't have enough savings, okay, they are forced in a way to borrow, especially from IMF. Countries like Myanmar, yeah, they borrow a lot of money from because they don't have cash, they borrow from IMF, they borrow from World Bank to push the economy. For Malaysia, we still lucky. We are quite liquid. We still have enough savings, yeah, to push our economy. Okay, so on this part, no one knows when this will end. All right, no one really knows when this will end. So we heard about the vaccine, yeah, being created by Pfizer, you know, but we heard the government is talking about bringing the vaccine first quarter next year, yeah, but nobody knows, yeah. Even when it's available, it takes some time to be basically to be delivered and to the whole country, right? So that is a part of the health, yeah, of the health issue that basically impacting the economy in total. All right. Okay, it's unprecedented. So these are the some numbers that we have from DOSM or Department of Statistics Malaysia. You can always check the numbers from DOSM. The job loss in quarter one, yeah, was about 42%. Okay, April 48.8%. When we start having the MCO, yeah, on the 18th of March, yep, people start losing job. Okay, so uh, this is based on year. The previous time was only 778,000 people. Unemployment, okay, was only between 4 to 5%, a low of 4%. Yeah, in 2019, in 2018 it was only 3.7%. Now is hovering between 4.7 to 5% for 2020. Okay, so it was low, very low, even for 97 was only 3.2%. But if you look at the total working population of Malaysia, around 15.5 million people, okay, that speaks about 700 to 800,000 people are unemployed. Yeah. So what is unemployment? Unemployed is basically people with who are registered not working for the last 3 months. Yeah, there are some people who are not yet unemployed. Maybe they're still on contract. You know, for example, hostess, the stewardess, the steward. Right? They are not considered yet unemployed. So we are expecting about 8,000 people will be laid off when the airlines like Malindo, yeah, mass laying off in Asia, cutting down the workforce. All right. Worryingly, the youth unemployment, okay, is higher than the national average. It's between 8 to 11%, whereby those unemployed, 61% those unemployed are your age, yeah, below 40 years old. Okay, the hardest hit, of course, the travel industry, as spoken about airlines, yeah, and some of the manufacturing, especially when they're part of the supply chain, right? So that is about what we call that, or classify it as a black swan event, something that never happened before, and then now we have impacting the whole world. COVID-19 was discovered in China, in Wuhan, somewhere in December, yeah, December 2019. Hence, the name was coronavirus 2019, called COVID-19. All right. So that is the part of the global outlook. Yeah. So what does it mean? What does it mean to the economy? All right. So it means, okay, since we don't touch people, we minimize. Yeah, we minimize our physical interaction. Yeah, as per the SOP. Yeah, promoted by the Ministry of Health. Right. So the terminology in the industry, we call it low touch. Hence, it becomes low touch economy. Okay. So what is a low touch economy? Low touch economy, number one, you can see here, of course, is about the reduce close contact interaction. Okay, it's about we going now the MCO and CMCO. Yeah, you can have only 2 person at the table. Yeah, those are social activities. It affect our Malaysians, right? Especially Malaysians, we like to go out and eat with our friends. Yeah, things like that. Then how about malls? Yeah, shops. Yeah, yeah, they're also affecting the retail business. You can go to the mall and there's nobody at the mall actually. Yeah. Then we can go also to the gym. Yeah. There are not many people exercising as well. All right. Okay, that's part. That is on the interaction. Secondly, we will expect a tighter traveling space, okay? Which means that now you go on planes, you fly, yeah? Okay, you cannot sit next to a person, you have to space out, you know, so only the capacity for one plane, a maximum say 60%, yeah, than normal capacity. All right, so it will have a high impact on the business travel. Okay, the business travel, there will people with big accounts having to manage it from their homes, if not their office. In one place, they cannot be traveling for the next 1 or even 2 years. Okay, so there is work from home, and of course, very high level of hygiene, health restriction, and wherever we go, we carry we have our sanitizer, yeah, we wear masks, yeah. So that is resulting in how we manage our health. All right. So uh, and now in Malaysia, now we are facing, we call it the third wave. Yeah, the third wave of the pandemic COVID-19. We can see it's affecting the economy. It's affecting Klang Valley. Yeah, Selangor, Kuala Lumpur, Putrajaya. Okay, contributed around 40% of the country's GDP. And when you put in like Sabah, right? Sabah, say another 5%. So they're almost like 45% of the economy of the country is put on hold. So we will see the impact of that in the fourth quarter of this year. Of course, we'll only see that report next year. All right. So this is something to we expect this 2020 is no go. Now is November. Yeah, is a few weeks. In a couple weeks time, we'll see high December already. So for me, this year is gone. All right. Okay. Uh, let's go on the third area, which is COVID-19 set a new norm. It's a new norm already. We are yeah. You are in your class. Yeah. Yeah. The lifestyle has changed. We don't go out that often. You know, you stay at home watching your favorite Premier League team. Yeah, on TV. You don't go out to kedai mamak with your friends. You know, things like that. The lifestyle has changed tremendously. You work. Yeah, we don't know. Yeah. You work from home until when it was okay. We work from home, then we start going to office. I don't know whether you managed to go to class or not during between the first wave and the third wave. I don't know, but in UniKL, no students went out during that period. We have our class totally online until the end of this year. Next year, we don't know yet. All right. So the time period for at least next 2 years, this year and next year, until the vaccine is available at economic price globally. The price was quoted to the government. One vaccine is about 21 US dollars. Yeah. So that's what the Minister of Science, KJ, said that day. It's about 21 US dollar per vaccine. And then if you take like 70% of the Malaysian population, yeah, the government is budgeting around 3 billion ringgit, yeah, just to buy the vaccine. That doesn't include the cost of distribution, the cost of other things, the administrative, and so on and so forth. So the economy is shaped by COVID-19. Yeah, the economy is shaped by COVID-19 in every ways. The new habits, new regulations. We can see new SOPs were introduced by the government as we go along at all the time. All right. So that is the COVID-19. All right. So that is basically the economy in a macro level, okay, and be it in domestic and international. All right. And what are the strategies now? Okay, I'm going to the third part of the presentation, which is the identifying the business. Yeah, what is the right strategy for the business to do? Yeah, to react in this. So if you look at the business, those we can classify them into four type of categories, right? And what would be the right strategy for each of them? Okay, number one, okay, the positive one will be the e-commerce. Yeah, you can see every day people are talking about platforms. Yeah, logistic. We talk about our friend on Panda Food. Yeah, on Grab Food. Yeah, that's the last mile we call it in logistics. But a lot of things in logistics actually. You talk about warehousing, 3PL, 5PL. Yeah, talk about warehousing system. And the e-commerce is quite common now. It's not only talking about e-commerce in terms of apps application. It's talking about e-commerce in all activities. And 3 days ago, the government of Malaysia has established a new council, the Council of Digital Economy and IR 4.0. Yeah, so that shows the seriousness of the government to implement the digital economy. So why I'm saying this, because this e-commerce and logistic company are the one that is positively impacted by pandemic COVID-19. Okay. Second type of basically second type which has a mild, yeah, mild, okay, mild, mild, just like for example, like consumer goods, restaurants business, retail business, yeah, they may basically have a loss of revenue around between loss of business maybe at least 15%, yeah, at least 50%. So you can see that restaurants, a lot of restaurants, they're moving to another channel of business instead of just relying, like even the kedai mama, right? Just opening, before this they just open tables and tables and so many tables, but now they are switching to going on Panda Food, Grab Food, registering themselves on online. So that's one way of using another channel to get more business. All right, and of course they can go also other platforms, yeah, like Shopee, yeah, or even local platform like Selldex and others. You can see also the uh, number of e-commerce platform, yeah, a lot of marketplace, yeah, you can see that is coming up to fulfill the needs of the people. All right, so these are things what we call it is adjustment to resources. They're no longer that they employ people to serve people in front. They now the people who actually before serve at the front, now they move to whatever, they move to the back and helping out with their operation, just like packing food, you know, things like that, and handling customer service via phone or internet, yeah, rather than servicing the customers at the desk, yeah, or at the counter. All right. The third area, of course, are those business who face revenue loss more than 15%, but not more than 50%. Okay. So what they need to do is like oil and gas. Yeah, you can see oil and gas companies, since the oil price now has sunk to as low as $40 per barrel, it affected a lot of companies. Yeah, especially the support. Yeah, the support uh, business to oil and gas. Yeah, the upstream and downstream. Yeah, so it have negatively impacting their role and their revenue. So what they need to do now is they have to prepare for survival. All right. Okay. If I can show you the fourth area, then we can talk about the remedy, what we should do for them. All right. So the fourth area that, of course, you know already would be the travel related industry. The hotels, we can see how many five-star hotels has been shut down. Yeah. AirAsia, Malindo, MAS, our friends, our brothers, our sisters, they work as steward and stewardess. They have to find new jobs. All right. People cannot imagine become pilots now. They don't have jobs. Yeah. So the whole industry is damaged. Yeah. There's a loss of revenue more than 50%. more than 50%. I think that I saw one viral here. Even Mr. Tan Sri Tony Fernandez himself is doing delivery. Yeah, so that shows the though I know he's still rich. Yeah, he's still rich. It's just that he wants to show the severity. Yeah, of the COVID-19 impact on his airline. Yeah, Asia X and Asia. All right. So what they should do? Okay, let's look at each one of the industry. Number one, the e-commerce and logistics. Okay, I just zoom in so that we can see it closer. Okay, e-commerce and logistics. They should be since they are positive, right? They are positive. Okay, they should be looking at improving. Okay, since they have demand surge experience. We can see e-commerce. We can see rubber gloves companies, Hartelega, yeah, what else? Top Glove, yeah. Even their market cap now is even bigger than banks, yeah. So the demand surge that what they're experiencing, okay. So what they need to do now? Now you can see that then you can see everywhere you go in Klang Valley, especially there are so many Top Glove factories because the current operational factors that they have cannot help them to produce the whatever be demanded. And Malaysia is basically producing about 2/3 of the world rubber gloves. Okay, so they need resources, required money and monetary and manpower for them to invest. Okay, they need new machines. They need to buy more raw materials. They need to buy rubber. Yeah, they need to hire more people. Yeah, so this give a lot of headache actually for them. Yeah, and recently we heard about Top Glove having problem with the US government with regard to the foreign worker employment. Yeah, so that has been dealt with anyway, but it gives them just a bit of headache. All right. So what do they need to do? Okay, if the economy is going to be a V curve, yeah, I'm talking about V curve. That's what the government of Malaysia is projecting between 6 months or even now 8 months. They need to basically boost the supply to keep up with the increased demand. That is what exactly you are seeing now. What Top Glove is doing, what the e-commerce company are doing. Yeah, what Grab Food is doing. They are trying Grab Food and Panda Food. They have it also having a system problem. Okay, I know some of you. I myself had experience ordering food but it never arrived because the system cannot cope, especially during lunchtime, right? So a U curve, if not going to be a slow recovery, if not going to be a fast recovery in V curve, then we expect it to be under a U curve. So U curve may be slower. Yeah. Right now, if say for example we don't settle this third wave, COVID-19. So we may not see that economy grow quickly in the first quarter of 2021. Okay, so what you need to do then? Okay, so this company they still need to push for growth and more market space. So they have to anticipate a lot more orders. Even they said that even when the anti-vaccine is found, yeah, now it's discovered by Pfizer, which has a very good proven to be the best, yeah, around 90%. We have not heard about China production yet. This is Pfizer. Okay, people still will demand for rubber gloves, yes, for the safety issues, right? Especially the frontliners, all right. And if it's going to be a L curve, L curve means it's going to be a long growth period. So we may not see the recovery for within 18 months. They're going to be like 2 years recovery. Yeah. So as for the demand is still good for this one and continue to be good, what they need to do is this business, they need to be more aggressive, okay, to build their market share. All right. So that is about those business they are profiting from COVID-19. They're profiting, yeah, because due to the nature of their business. How about consumer goods? Yeah, those business we talk about that, like retail, yeah, restaurants, yeah, that having problem with loss of revenue. Okay, what they need to do if it's a V curve? So they prepare. They have, of course, now they have already prepared for the new norm. they are really defending their market share. Okay, they try to maintain their restaurant, for example, their retail business. Yeah, they go online. Yeah, so they are adaptable, as I mentioned to you. They switch their people from the front line to operation. Yeah, so things like that. They cut down their workforce. Yeah, so that is if it's a recover in 6 months. But then if it needs a longer recovery time, say a U curve between 6 to 18 months, yeah, you need basically they have to look at the improving their competitive position. Okay, because it's going to be very long. Yeah, so they have to look at find new growth area, find their own niche. Yeah, how to go about and surviving for at least 1 year or so. Yeah, 1 year or 18 months. Yeah, that's going to be a long period. And if it's going to be L curve, which is more than 18 months, what they have to do is they have to defend their market share, because other people, okay, the bigger ones that survive may come and encroach into their area. So they have to be improve their competitiveness, and same time also have to find new growth area. So uh, they have to push through all the channels that you have. For example, the channels that, for example, beside you're doing retail sales, you also have to look at online. You may also have to look at employing uh, sales workforce. Yeah, go door to door. Yeah, things like that. Or if not door to door, you may have looked to outsourcing your sales activities. All right. There's a lot of adjustment of resources that they need to do. So that is for the positive and mind. What about the two industries that are badly affected? Okay, let's look oil and gas. Okay, we understand just now they have a loss of revenue almost 50%. They have to ready for survival. So if this is going to be just a V curve, if a quick recovery, so they just have to relax, slow return to normal. They just come down, try to basically control their financial, too much bleeding, yeah, how they can go about. But if it's going to be longer, like 6 to 18 months, what we are looking at now, okay, they may have to look at selling off their business, divest, okay, reduce, cutting down. If they have, like, say, for example, 10 branches, maybe it's time to only have one branch, sorry, the rest go online. Or that's, we call it new innovation. Okay, so these are the things that need to do. And finally, it's about L curve. It's going to be 18 months. They have to be ready for aggressive new entrants, which means that the other businesses who are successful and adaptable will come and take over. Uh, I just give example. Say now we're looking at BHP petrol station, right? BHP petrol station is much a smaller network compared to, say, Petronas. And BHP say because of the low price of oil, okay, there's less profitability running the petrol station network. Okay, so they try, okay, but they have to, at the same time, they know that Petronas is still expanding as even before the COVID-19, because Petronas, they are strategically located. Okay, so they have to still be aware of that, and they may have to basically abandon by selling off the stations to Petronas. You know, so there are a lot of ways to look at it, either to reinvent themselves, create totally new position, yeah, or abandon the business. Yeah. So whatever matters for them is to survive. All right, to survive. All right. And the final part, which is the fourth industry, those in tourism industry related, I think you know already. All right. It's just that if it's a V curve, which does not happen, unfortunately, you can see the hotels and the airline, yeah, prepared to restart if conditions improve. It doesn't happen. We are now in the 6 to 18 periods, the U curve, slowly. Yeah, it's time to divest, sell the business. Yeah. So Mr. Tan Sri Tony Fernandez may be hoping that this pandemic, of course, this pandemic 19 will end soon. Yeah. So because either he has to continue or not. Yeah. We can see that Malindo also called it close shop. Malindo Air. How about AirAsia? Now they're talking about closing down MAS as well and switching that to Firefly. Yeah. And how, what if this one has no stop, and a lot of people saying that the international traveling will only happen in 2024. Yeah, go back to what we are. If we have the vaccine in 2021, it will take about few years, yeah, for everybody to have it, even in Africa, in South America, yeah. The international travel will return in full stream by 2024. That is what I read. Yeah, it may happen. If that happen, I don't know. It may, you have to think about abandon the business. All right. So, what we need to do now, okay, how we going to recover, okay, the final part, recovery, the key drivers to the economic recovery, what we need to do to recover from this pandemic, okay, how we should look at it. Okay, number one is digital economy, right? So digital economy is going to be the front. Okay, and as I mentioned to you, the government just 3 days ago establishing a new council of digital economy and RR 4.0, because we cannot run away. Digital economy, or they call the gig economy, okay, is going to be there, and we have to basically expedite. Of course, we have problem issues like communication, internet connectivity, digital divide. Yeah, there's something that we have to look into and solve. Yeah. The other one that we have to look is to support the digital economy would be the transport and logistics. These are a very crucial element if you want to make the digital economy to be successful, because things does not transport by itself. Yeah, you need people to carry physically from one place to another place, right? So the one behind the scene is the transport and logistics. All right. Next one will be the laws and regulations. Okay, the laws and regulations. Okay, you have the law. Again, we have to look at the laws. The labor law may need some changes. Yeah, because now people are working from home. How do you solve that? How do you look at that? Look at working from home. You may have to relook into changing the labor law. How you deal with secrecy, people at home, how you control the man hours, people not only working 9 to 5 like they used to when they're working from office. You know, they have to handle the children, handle the parents, you know, things like that, you know. So that's a part of labor law. How you make them committed, how you reach their KPI. Okay. Then the business law. Okay, the business law may have to change, you know, and we can see that. How about court case and all those things, right? So how are we going to handle things like digital signature, you know, documentation? Do we still have to go to the bank? I recently go for a loan at bank. I still have to go to the bank and sign. I asked the bank officer, can I do digital? No, they said you still have to come to the bank. You know, I'll say, okay, fine enough. But this is the thing that we have to look at fundamentally on the business law. So this is why I call it the top-down and bottom-up approaches. You have to look at the labor law and business law as well. All right. Then the crucial element, the fourth area, sorry, is adopt and adapt to the new norm. Is a new self-discipline, what is being propagated by our health ministry. Yeah, we must have the discipline, go out, yeah, wear mask, maintain our social distance, physical distancing. Yeah, do not go and high five. Whatever. Yeah, greetings that you normally do. Yeah, so try to stop that. And the other thing that which is crucial is to do the networking between the MNC, the multinationals, the GLC, the government linked companies, and the small medium enterprise. How the MNCs and GLCs able to help the dying SMEs. Remember, in Malaysia, the SMEs contributed about 40% of the Malaysian KDNK or GDP. Yeah, and about 90% of total companies in Malaysia are made of SMEs. And out of all the workers, the 15.5 million workers, 60% of them are employed by SMEs. So SMEs are the one critical areas. They need to be helped. Yeah, they need to be assisted. So the most stable MNC and GLC, yeah, must be able to help to assist SME to survive. So number one, what you can do is must help to strengthen and create a strong supply chain. Yeah, this we must look at the models in South Korea and Germany. In Korea and Germany, they have a very strong SMEs supporting their companies. Yeah, in Korea, they have like companies like Daewoo, Samsung, LG. Yeah, Kia Motors, yeah, you also do all those famous brands, even Samsung, yeah, they have a lot of SMEs, yeah, helping them, even not only manufacturing the parts, but also doing R&D on their behalf. In German, yeah, you can see that's why we German have 5 successful car brands, yeah, you can name it Mercedes, BMW, Audi, yeah, and so on and so forth, because they have very strong SMEs. Wherever you go, you buy a Mercedes car or any other cars, you know, some of the parts is, oh, this one we manufacture in German. So basically the SMEs basically providing like 50%, yeah, the other 50% come from their global factories, the 50% come from their own SMEs manufacturers in their home country. So Malaysia must look at that, creating that ecosystem. Okay, I think in terms of time, now it's 6:20, right? Sabrina, over to you for any questions. I will handle that. Thank you very much.
Can I ask something?
Sure, sure.
Okay, what about the impact of COVID on the derivative sector?
Derivatives, financial derivatives, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. I think the financial market is quite volatile, as you can see. I think the many of the players, I think uh, they're holding back in especially trying new things like derivatives. I'm not saying derivatives is new, but it's something that normally not done, yeah, because the market is quite unstable at the moment, so it has some impact on the derivatives as well. As you can see, people just focus on the some counters like technology counters, yeah, and so forth, that will help their profitability. Any more questions?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Toshe. Yeah.
Sir, is there any chance even after vaccine is successfully implemented that the economy can go into a worse sector?
Can go into?
More, it can go it can go in a more worse situation even after the vaccine is implemented.
Uh, it can, hopefully not. Even as I said earlier, the vaccine is not just a solution. Yeah, one easy solution. You have the vaccine, then the whole thing will gone. It will take a couple of years. If you read a lot of papers from the professors in this morning, I had from Cambridge, talking about at least 2 years, because there's an issue about cost. Okay, how many countries can afford, yeah, the vaccine? Then there are also issue about logistics. There are issues about administrative costs. Yeah, there are also issues about the flexibility and the adaptability as well on that. Okay.
Okay, sir. So, what do you think? Like, how long it would take for the entire world to get recovered, like in the time frame from this pandemic, like the medicine and the vaccine?
It will take about maybe maybe 2 to 3 years. Yeah, as I mentioned to you, even the best indicator will be the international travel, which is expected to recover fully only in 2024. That's about 4 years from now, because when people can start traveling freely like we used to, right? So there was no worry about the COVID-19. Yeah. So you're talking about distribution. It may take 2 to 3 years to reach all parts of the world, and the same time to produce it economically. Not many countries, as I mentioned, have the money. Have the
Yes.
money to spend about 3 to 4 billion. Malaysia, we have even that. Malaysia, where the government is budgeting 70% only out of the 33 million people for the vaccine.
Okay, sir.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
All right.
Hi, sir. I have a particular question in regards to the financial sectors again.
Yeah.
All right, when relating to the financial sectors, as the US and the Canadian dollar are both quite affiliated towards to the gold. I mean, not gold. Oil, crude oil pricing, right?
Okay.
All right. So, how will it have a possibility of recovery as when the vaccine comes into in play over there? What's the impact and the severity? Will it be promoting the US dollars to go a bit more stronger in terms of denomination, as most of the transactions will be done in USD, or will it have a direct impact towards to the global economy itself?
Uh, I can't speak. US dollar is actually not a good example. Why? Because US dollar is very hard to read because they just can print the money, right? Okay, because the Federal Reserve, they control the money. So they have been printing the money, a lot of money being printed out throughout this year to boost the economy. If you talk about the currency, of course, if the economy recover because we have the solution for the vaccine, right? If it's produced by American company, that will boost the American business, especially like Pfizer is American company, right? Uh, However, to say that most of the countries are aware, especially during the Trump administration, sorry, uh, you can't depend too much of the American business, okay, and especially on the American dollar. People basically are switching to barter trading or switching to other currencies like euros, yeah, and China renminbi. However, to say that it will take some time, other currency to replace US dollar, which is widely used globally. All right, but it will help definitely to boost the US economy if they found the solution. Anybody that found the solution for COVID-19 problem, I think will be profiting.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a concurrent question towards to this, but due to
Mm,
the demand of, like just now you said, everyone is currently very widely USD is very widely used in the whole
mm, mm.
market in terms of logistic trades, purchase of goods and services. In generalistic,
Yes.
every single country uses USD as a denomination
Mm,
over
mm.
there. But
Yeah.
how will countries soon accept the acceptance of not being able to use USD, as it will cause a lot of foreign exchange exposures into the market?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think there were currently, I'm not mistaken, about 7 to 9 trillion US dollars floating in the market, be it in the other some of the central banks reserves as well as in the market. It will take some time to replace US dollar. So we may dislike US dollar, but we cannot live with it. You know, so that is the issue about US dollar. You hate it, but you cannot get away from it. So we say we want to use euros, we want to use yuan, yeah, renminbis, yeah, but still you have that particular issue because the US dollar is widely available in the market and we take some time, yeah, if you just want to switch to other currencies. But still, this is what the whole world is using US dollar as a global currency.
Okay, but there is still side speculation towards to a lot of them that they are going for the Singapore dollars, or for example, they are not even resorting to USD tether. But when it comes to the renminbi, it's more harder to transact as China has a very strict policy when it comes to their banking structures itself.
Yeah, it's not as talking about currency here. There's none. There's no other currency that are able to replace US dollar for the moment in terms of circulation. Yeah, people can talk about replacing US dollar. Yeah, they can talk about barter trade, but I can't see it's been done even for the next 5 years. It will take some time. They can talk. Even Sing dollar is much a smaller amount of in circulation. Okay,
Okay,
all
thank
right.
you.
Okay, welcome. Last question, Sabrina.
Okay, so everyone, if you have questions, please go ahead. And if
Mm,
not, then I would like to thank you, sir, for giving
yes,
so much knowledge in such a short notice and being here with us today. Thank you very much,
sure.
everyone, and especially, sir, to be able to give us this vast knowledge so that we learn something about the COVID and its after effects. Thank you so much,
Sure.
sir. And now I would just give the floor to my uh, colleague who would make announcements about the e-certificates and about our upcoming events. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for participating this virtual talk. Now, I would like to request all participants to fill in the feedback form provided in the chat box. This would help us to create a better experience for you during our future events. And regarding the participation e-certificate, it will be sent to you via email as soon as it is prepared by our society. And please follow our official social media pages to be informed our Sunway International Business upcoming events. Thank you once again and have a great evening.